good afternoon. This is Neil with Simpler Futures, March 27th, Monday, last Monday of this month. End of this month is quarterly expiration. This is the umpteenth. I don't know how many times I've done this video because the software is not properly recording the screen, which is driving me nuts. So, let's see, where did I leave off a minute ago when I did the same video just a minute ago? Update on the energy thing, where I remember one day last week I didn't have much else to talk about, so I figured, okay, well, let's look at something that does look like it's interesting. Let's buy the crude down near the what ended up being almost the low of this break and target back up into 77.5. The update on that is it's got a really nice lead on it. So here's the deal. I'm taking this range of trade, this box. You can almost essentially, you can see that box. It's all this wiggle high and low across. So that starts about November the 18th and goes through about, say, March the 10th or something, November the 18th through March the 10th. And if you do that, value area low is 74.5, value area high is up there in the 80, almost 1. But point of control, 77.5. So that means once you break up into a range, you want to see, hey, where is value area low if you're going up into it, right? I mean, first thing breaking down into a range would be, where's my value area high? That's not the case here. What we're doing here is trying to break back up inside that box. And so we say, all right, I want to target the value area low, 74.5. Once it can see if it can get through there, then point of control, main most important target, that's right there, 77.5, and then the beat goes on. So that's the deal with the update on the energy idea from sometime last week about long energy. And then here we are in the ES. Now remember, there's a huge spread between ES and SPX. The ES is about 30 higher than SPX. My target here is SPX 4065. You see that big open interest right there at 4065. Just go to the March quarterly SPX and then scroll up and down the ladder and look for anything that can compete with that 50,000 number at 4065. There's really nothing. So that's the reason for the target there. Now, if you target 4065 SPX, then that's going to put you at about 4090 or 95 ES, right? So the ES is higher. So you're going to be targeting, you know, like around 4090, 9095 ES. I don't really care about that. I mean, you see I've got it listed here, main bull target 4090. But what I do care is the SPX 4065, because that's what the trade has been all about. So that's, you know, that's the fixation. And, you know, if we're wrong and this thing gets ugly, because it could, we have to prepare for what if it were to roll over and, you know, break. That's possible. So it would be likely, in my opinion, it would be where's Quant? It would be on news later this week. We have Fed's Vice Chair Barr testifying to a Senate committee on the Silicon Valley Bank failure, that whole debacle. And we already know what he's going to say. The testimony has already been seen. It's going to say that it's a classic case of mismanagement. They grew too fast, too big, too fast, and then mismanaged their risk in investing in the treasuries and the mortgage-backed securities, and didn't take into account the duration risk on those instruments. Given the uptick, the rapid rate of the uptick on the rates, that is plummeting prices on the bonds, they're in trouble with the rather fast, quick nature of the deposits that were requested back from depositors. So that's what he's going to say. What the market's reaction to that's going to be, we'll see. But that's on Wednesday. And then on Thursday, we got US and UK's GDP. And then on PCE on Friday, PCE Friday, along with quarterly expiration, which is a big one, end of quarter, which prompts for window dressing. Fund managers have to make sure those names are on the whatever's been the big story. That name has to be on those statements. So that's window dressing, and that's that's toward the end of the week. So that can take us a little bit of kind of either way. I'm looking though to that target that I just showed you and the Y on the options chain. If in the event we're wrong and it does break, then it would be very likely, I think, targeting 39.12. and possibly even probably not 39.12. If any lower than that, 38.70. But those are ES prices, 39.12 and 38.70. Those are the same bear targets I gave you if we were, if this thing were to roll over and be bearish, last week. And so otherwise, what more really kind of like is any dips into like 38.75 and maybe 38 or 39.75 and 39.60 is bought for the targets that I gave you higher. Make sure you pay attention to the ticker on the chart when we're talking, because this could be confusing, and the confusion is not intentional. The confusion is in this massive spread between the ES and the SPX. So for confirmation and clarification, I'm targeting 40.65 in the SPX. Okay, that's going to be higher in the ES. It's going to be like 40.90 and 95 in the ES. All right. Now I'm going to ES for a second, okay, to give you these levels. So last week's point of control in the ES was 39.75. I mean, a break, a surprise like news flash break or something could take you down to revisit that level for a bounce. So 39.75 on a break in the ES easily could hold as support, and maybe a few points behind it possibly as well. But right essentially there for what is ultimately, unless I'm wrong, right, what is ultimately a bid that goes into targets that are higher. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm showing you the, the how, the where, when, and why, and everything, and also, where I'm wrong. And, so let me know the comments what you think. We'll keep on this, one day at a time. And next, after we get through this quarterly expiration, we may have to start talking about when we turn bearish again. But for right now, I'm not quite there yet. So till then, take care, and I'll see you again at the next update.
Without simpler trading, I could not have financial independence.
This is one of the best investments I ever made in my life.
It's helping me find consistency. It's one of the things that won me